Welcome to Learning Lingo, where we promise to teach you English in a way that's more enjoyable than eating a plate of beans with a fork. Let's begin. Hey there, Zorg. It's time for another English lesson. Are you ready to learn more? Great. Today, we're going to dive deeper into the fascinating world of English grammar. First things first, let's talk about nouns. Nouns are the names of people, places, things, and ideas. For example, alien is a noun, as is planet or friendship. Nouns can be singular or plural. When a noun is singular, it refers to just one thing, like planet. But when it's plural, it refers to more than one, like planets. Verbs are another important part of speech. Verbs are words that describe an action or state of being. For example, fly, eat, sleep, and talk are all verbs. Verbs can also be in different tenses. The present tense describes something that's happening right now, like Zorg is flying to a new planet. The past tense describes something that already happened, like Zorg flew to a new planet yesterday. And the future tense describes something that will happen, like Zorg will fly to a new planet tomorrow. Adjectives are words that describe or modify nouns. They tell us more about the noun and help to create a more detailed picture in our minds. For example, big, green, and delicious are all adjectives. Adjectives can come before or after the noun they describe. For example, Zorg has a big spaceship, or Zorg's spaceship is big. Adverbs are words that modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. They describe how something is done or give more information about the verb, adjective, or adverb they're modifying. For example, quickly, slowly, and happily are all adverbs. Adverbs often end in lie, but not always. Now let's get back to the subject-verb agreement we talked about earlier. Remember, it's important to make sure that the subject and verb in a sentence agree with each other. If the subject is singular, the verb should be singular too, and if the subject is plural, the verb should be plural too. For example, Zorg loves pizza is correct, but Zorg love pizza is not. One thing that can be tricky for learners of English is irregular verbs. These are verbs that don't follow the usual pattern of adding ed to form the past tense. For example, the past tense of go is went, not goed. Some other irregular verbs include be, eat, have, and do. You just have to memorize them, but don't worry, there aren't too many of them. Finally, let's talk about some common idioms in English. Idioms are phrases that have a figurative meaning that's different from the literal meaning of the individual words. For example, break a leg means good luck, but if you take it literally, it sounds pretty scary. Some other common idioms include piece of cake, meaning something is easy, hit the nail on the head, meaning you're exactly right, and cost an arm and a leg, meaning something is very expensive. There's a lot to learn when it comes to English grammar, Zorg, but don't worry, you're doing great so far. Just keep practicing and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Remember, even native speakers mess up sometimes. Now let's go explore the galaxy and put your new English skills to the test. Who knows, maybe you'll meet some other aliens who are learning English too. That's all for today's episode of Learning Lingo. We hope you enjoyed our story and picked up some new English skills along the way. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to check out our website for the transcript of today's story in the show notes.